Hello and welcome. These are the gift tags that I've been so excited to share in a video. I made these because I love giving gift tags just singly on the gift without wrapping. Sometimes it matches the wrapping, but gift tags, especially with a little note inside, are special. They can be saved for ornaments or they can be tied on. There are so many things you can do with these. So these are just a couple of ideas to maybe get your ideas started. Here's a couple different kinds of bows with little sparkles in the middle. And here's an example of using two different textures for that first top tag. I used kind of a wood grain on one and then the crimping on most of them. But with this color, I thought that the country western feel would be cute. So I did that. And then I cut half a snowflake for the inside design there. Each tag does have a little design on the inside, mostly snowflakes. This one had a little stamp embossed on it, and I'll show you how I did that in a minute. But this is an example of the stitching. See the double row to the right and single row to the left. If you wanted that stitching to show, you can use that layered die set to create an extra layer in there. The little holes were made using eyelets and just a plain hole punch, depending on what one has. And sometimes a hole punch is just fine, especially if a bow is going over top and it's going to be hidden anyway. But sometimes those eyelets make a really nice finished look to it. Now I also used the Spectrum Noir shimmer pens to create a little design. Some of the snowflakes just had the shimmer just on top there so that there was just a real slight shimmer. Top embellishments could be sequins, they could be perfect pearls like on this example here. Sky is the absolute limit with these, and I actually made a card that matches using that Celeste Snowflake. So if you're interested in a matching card to go with the gift tag, check out that other video. I'll have it linked at the end of this video. So I used the Celeste Snowflakes tag, of course, and the Frantic Stamper bows. I love these bows. I've used them before, and I wanted to show that there is a little lace overlay you can use with these. I didn't in this example, but it's just so cute. So that could be used over top as well. Now, this is one piece that folds up. The little flap top panel folds up. And so we're going to die cut it partially, a partial die cut. And it doesn't matter where you place that on the cutting plates. What matters is that the top cutting plate does not cover where you don't want cut. So, and then you want those edges straight, and that's the thing to know here, is that that top cutting plate is straight before you lay it over top. So what we're doing when we do this is we're creating a flip up panel that is attached. It's not two separate things. You can score it or you can just bend it. I usually just bend them, but if it was a larger score, then you know I score it. Now to create this sentiment for the inside, I showed in my card tutorial, again that'll be linked at the end, exactly how I made this sentiment out of some existing sentences. But I used the Misty to line it up, and then I just embossed it in white. Many of the panels could just be left blank for writing on the inside, but this one I put, hope you have a special Christmas. So that's what I did there. And I put the snowflake in, just make sure that when gluing that you leave room for that frame that's going to be going in there. Next, I just assembled 2 layers for that extra dimension for the top design. And then I crimped out a little top panel. So the base card is one piece, and then whatever texture you want is a second piece cut out of that little layered die set and then just glued on over top. It's kind of hard to get that into the crimper when it's attached to the base of the card, so that's why there's a second panel. And then you just put it under weight to dry. And while that was drying, I went ahead and made the little bow. And if you check out the Tiffany video, it shows these bows, really a detailed explanation of how to do them. But pretty much I just glue them and then wrap them around a pencil or a tool And then the trick here is you just hold it, and you just have to hold it and enjoy holding it while that glue dries. So that's the deal there. And then there's a little band. Once it's dry enough, you glue on the little band and hold it again, and then just kind of set it aside to let it dry. So here's an example of a string just glued on. There was no hole in that one. Here is an eyelet that is very finished off. You know, it's a nice look. And then here's the example once again of just a hole punch. And I would suggest that if you're going to use a hole punch, that it would be covered up with a bow. I am using a hole punch today because I am using a bow. And I won't mention any names, but a certain puppy got my hole punch. Still works good, so it doesn't look real great. Anyway, I just went ahead and punched the hole in the center there. Now you could do it inside the tag so it gets that little flap, or the top, it just doesn't matter. And I just ran the string through it and glued the top. So this is going to be something just to tie on, and just for a little bit of extra stability, I did make 2 little glues on each side of the top there. Now the back cover will hide the back portion of that string, and then the bow will hide the hole. And then just for one little cute little bling on the top, I used kind of a real neutral colored rhinestone to put up there. Next, I attached the backing, and I just went ahead. This is the back side of the tag. And the important thing here is you just glue this backing to the edge, not to the center. Otherwise, you won't be able to open your tag. So because the glue was still wet, I was able to slide that extra panel with the embossing note on there. You wouldn't have to insert an extra panel there, but in this case I did, plus I wanted that stitching to show. Again though, the sky is the limit on these tags, and I just had fun with them, and I hope you do too. Thanks so much for stopping, and I hope you have a wonderful day.